sorry, this is part 4. I just have so much to say on this. And I feel like because of this eclipse energy, there is so many people that are experiencing this same situation, even if the particulars aren't the same. But there is so much that you are realizing. It's almost like a conditioning, right? Like you feel, you may have this moment of like, maybe it's this video, but maybe you're grappling. Like for the first couple of days after this happened, I was like so at war with myself and trying to grapple with the idea of like, oh, like the solution to this is to fix this, is to smooth it over. But I don't actually want that. That's not in alignment with me. I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't need this person's apology. I don't actually want it. I don't want to be and because of that doesn't mean that I want to be in active strife with this person 24/7. It doesn't mean that I want there to be bad blood between us. It just means that like that happened. That's unfortunate that they treated me that way and they decided to treat me that way. But I don't want anything to do with that or them or like stay away from now on. And that's sometimes, and maybe that reaction was so unexpected from you. And maybe part of you is like, am I using this situation as an excuse to cut them off because I never liked them all along? Maybe. Does that make that necessarily a bad thing? No. What it makes it is convenient. And sometimes that's just the truth of it. And the thing that Spirit pointed out to me when this happened to me last week, when I was grappling with this, like, you know, what does that say about me if I don't want to fix this? If I'm happy to just let the cards fall where they may, let the chips fall where they may, what does that say about me? Well, first of all, who gives a fuck what it says about you? Because it's true to you. You don't need to worry about what it says about you. But it's natural to think that. It's natural to question that because we've been taught to question that, to do the right thing. The Knight of Coins. The Knight of Pentacles. What did I ask? What did I ask again? Ace of Pentacles on the bottom here. 6 of Cups. King of Pentacles. For some reason, I can't retrace the question I asked when I started talking about this and when I pulled this. So to me, I'm just going to go with it. So I'm getting that Spirit wants me to go in a different direction now and has a message. Or what is that? What's the solution? What does that say about you? This is like you deciding your own value. You decide what that says about you. And for me, I had to have, Queen of Cups. Ask yourself, what does that say about me? Truly. Instead of like, does it mean I'm a bad person? And it's natural to question those things. But you answer your own question. What does it say about you if you don't want to, if you're not ready to make nice? I made my bed and I sleep like a baby with no regrets and I don't mind saying. It's a sad, sad story when a mother will teach her daughter that she ought to hate a perfect stranger. And how in the world can the words that I said send somebody so over the edge, send somebody so over the edge that they'd write me a letter or send me a message or say something to me, saying that I better shut up and sing or my life will be over. So this is more particular to whatever they're writing about. But the sentiments are the same. Answer your own question. Convene with yourself and Spirit on this. What does it say about you? If you're not ready to make nice, what does that mean? Don't speculate about what it means. Answer your own question. For me, I had to sit down and I had to go, it means that I don't need to have this person in my life for me to be happy and fulfilled. And that doesn't mean that it doesn't mean anything other than that. It doesn't mean that I'm a bitter, horrible person. It means that I'm sure of myself. I'm sure of my feelings. I know what this means to me moving forward. And I know what I need to do for myself moving forward. And that could be different for all of you. But making that connection and realizing that freed me completely. It gave me the choice back to sit and stress about it, right? Or to, and I'm not saying that this whole situation isn't stressful. That's not what this stress is. Like that's a normal reaction. You're still processing, still fresh, whatever. But choosing to care about it when you don't, just because, you know, maybe you're on autopilot and you're like, oh wait, I actually don't care about this as much as I thought I did, or the way that I thought I had to. It's okay for you to want to distance yourself, for you to want to, you know, cut off access that these people have to you. It's okay for you to want to put boundaries in place, and it's okay for you to take the damn time that you need to figure out what these boundaries are. You don't have to figure it out straight away. You can take as long as you damn well need. And for the first time, I'm getting a lot of you aren't reacting. You're taking your time. You don't need to respond to this message at all. You don't need to respond right away. You don't need to do the right thing. You don't need to do whatever it is you think is the right thing in this. Whatever, you know, whatever direction you feel like you should go in that feels unjust to you. It's like at something that is whatever you're at war with within yourself about this situation. If you need to process that by writing it out, feel free to write it in the comments, as I was saying before. Like, you don't, you know, if you feel like you can't voice it to anyone in your life for fear of that being taken out of context or manipulated, or do you know what I mean? Like, just feel free to write it down in the comments. Process in the comments if you need to. Explain your situation. If you need to tell someone what's going on for you and how this is resonating or how it's not resonating, like, you know, feel free. There may be others that are going through what you're going through, and you may be able to process it together, or maybe some perspective. And that's why I always love to share, you know, to an extent, what I'm going through. And I love to do these, like, I love to do readings as I'm going through them, because maybe there's a message in here that through sharing it with you guys, with the collective that I'm a part of, you know, even though I'm a reader, I'm still part of the collective. And sometimes I'll be doing readings for the collective that don't necessarily relate to me. But it's okay to walk away. There's something better on the other end. And I feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, I'm just getting the sense that it's like, this is the key. For some of you, this is a lesson that you are having to learn for yourself. It's not a lesson about other people. It's like you learning how to, like, this is really has something to do with sovereignty, okay? And learning how to take complete control of your own principles, your own morals, your own values, and learning to come to terms with them and be okay with them. I feel like this is really going to help you in the next period of your life. Whatever you're trying to manifest that came in the way of this, where this came in the way of that, maybe it threw you off course, maybe it distracted you. For me, it completely pulled my focus from the things I'm trying to do and the things I'm trying to manifest, and it brought me back to doing readings again, or got me really back in touch with my spirituality. There's something to be understood here. There's something to be learned here. And there's this part of you that fears being outspoken because of the negative connotations around doing that for you. The consequences, like this to you is very much like you said something or did something, and then this was their response, and the situation is just completely unjust. What is this 5 of Wands reverse? Sorry, one second. Essentially trying to avoid chaos, destruction, isn't going to give you what you want, isn't going to get you any closer to what you want or what you need. This period, this next part of your life isn't about being strategic with your interactions or the way you are, the way you move in the world. This is about you being authentic, and this is part of that journey. Feel free to discuss in the comments. I'll be happy to have conversations with you guys about this as I'm going through this too. Ask any questions, or if you want me to do a follow-up reading on this energy, like, let me know. I'm happy to do that.